One of my favorite topics is universal basic income. And Mike found a story, which I didn't watch in the traditional sense, about a case against this. So we're going to talk about it in today's Not So Critical Hour.
So I got to this Forbes article that I'll show in a second through this YouTube channel, Sorella More Finance, that I've kind of gotten into a little bit lately. Check it out. But one of the videos she did recently was a case against universal basic income, which UBI is something, as Peter said in the intro, he is totally into. I'm totally into it. But she said this is the case against UBI, and it's referencing this Forbes article about how the crux of the argument is, if I'm getting my UBI from the government, then they can put whatever conditions that they want on it.
Just quickly, if anybody isn't familiar with the concept of universal basic income, it's essentially where everybody gets enough money to live and eat. That's it. And it's unconditional. There's no benefit system in place. There's no kind of like social
welfare. That is the welfare system, right?
Yeah, it's just everybody gets enough, regardless of if you're a billionaire or have no money at all. That's it. And I like it. Essentially, sorry, Mike. How are you?
Yeah, no, I agree too. I think it makes sense. The point they make in the article is that if the government is giving you that money, that they can put restrictions on how it's distributed, how you use it, conditions for employment or whatever, means testing, all these different things they try and do with what they consider entitlements or welfare spending now to try and control the population or to weaken the systems.
So let's just then really, before anything else, let's get this out of the way, that is not universal basic income. The arguments that they made against universal basic income are flawed, because if a government is limiting or controlling how the money is being received, let's say you're a felon, you've been disqualified from universal basic income, it is not UBI anymore. Now it's just a different form of welfare. So it's because, again, I'm a huge proponent of UBI. I think it is so absurd that we're like the only creature on Earth, the only species on Earth that has to pay to live, right? But you can't just go to a state park and say, I'm going to live here. This is mine now. You could 30,000 years ago, or even as close as 500, 600 years ago. Sure. But not today. Today, you need to pay to live, be it for food, water, or your home. So, total fan. I think UBI makes perfect sense. Their argument is against some government-controlled welfare system, not
because it's not universal. If it's not everybody who doesn't get it, it's not universal.
Well, okay, but saying it that way just makes me think it's never going to happen. Like, what government is going to give up that control?
But there's been referendums on it. There's been trials done on it. There's been lots of
successful trials. I believe Norway or Iceland are like leading the charge in UBI.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing that bothers me about the reasons why we don't have this. All these advances in science and technology and engineering that have happened in the last million years or whatever, 100 years, we don't seem to be benefiting from it. We're still working 40-hour weeks. We're still getting minimum wage. It's harder to buy a house now than it used to be. Like, it seems to be like we're getting worse. And I'm sure that there's lots of political arguments to be made, and the 1% and the wage gap and all this kind of stuff. But it feels like humanity as a whole should be like, hey, we only have to work a day a week and we all get food and rent for free, and that things are great.
And you shouldn't even have to work. Let's put that out there. If you want to be a lazy piece of shit and just play video games all day, that is totally okay. You shouldn't have to be punished for being lazy.
Yeah. That's what people say when they don't like. It's like, yeah, but what about all those slackers that wouldn't work and wouldn't be benefiting society? Be like,
enjoy life.
Let them. Yeah. Whatever.
We are so efficient. We can print food.
Yeah. And that's a big part of the argument they make in the Forbes article is, and I've been saying this for years, with automation, even today, it doesn't take the number of people that we have to run the world. Of all the things we need to have done, we don't need everybody to contribute to that, especially at 40 hours a week. And automation is only going to make that worse. At some point, we automate and create enough efficiency that, as you said, John, maybe a lot of us don't need to work at all, but we still need to survive.
Yeah.
It is I really do think it's kind of an archaic, like, tribal instinct that you need purpose, and work brings you purpose. So you should work, because if you don't work, you are purposeless and you are meaningless, is what that means.
Well, here's the one of the magical benefits I think that could come out of UBI is that if we all were able to live without the worry of having to eat and pay our rent, pay for food and pay our rent, then I think humans as a society, as an actual species, would shift from being an industrially minded to cultural and scientifically minded. And I think that's when the great breakthroughs of our humankind would come about, when we can just forget about that stuff. A new generation would come around, which they just wouldn't have to worry about it so much. And, the thing with UBI is that it's just basic income. It's not like a luxury.
Yeah, no.
So it's just enough to survive. It's just enough to make sure that you don't have to worry about being homeless or starving to death. But if you want anything above that level of existence, then go get a job in McDonald's. There's going to be plenty of people who do that for a short time. Go and, mop floors. I don't know. I do it 5 hours a week.
And invent something.
Yeah.
Teach.
And do whatever you like.
Be a carpenter. Sell shit online. Like, I made a chair. I will sell it online. It's handmade.
Yeah. And if you doesn't sell, well, it's okay.
That's totally okay. You're still going to live. And the cool thing about the UBI models I've seen, it's not only, right, because like living just to eat and shit and sleep, that's not really living. You still get also fun money, so to speak, that you can save, you can invest, you can buy an Xbox, you can do whatever you want with that extra money. And to me, like, so this article regarding the whole own nothing, have no privacy. So I don't think that we're going to see it in 8 years.
No.
This is not going to take 8 years. It's going to take way longer.
This article was written in 1990. They assumed we'd have flying cars.
Oh.
No, it wasn't. I'm just kidding. That's how futurism works, though, right?
Yeah,
for 2016. Sure. It was.
So it is, 15 years does feel like a long time, but in terms of not technological advancement, but humanity's advancement and our minds, it's not that much. But my point is this: I will take that life. I don't need to own anything. If you provide me with infinite, never-ending shelter and infinite, never supplying food, why should I complain? It's free.
Well, I think that there's a point about this article in particular, that the have no privacy thing is a kind of a sticking point for me.
And that's what I wanted to get to, is they lay out, and we've talked about the book Mana before, and Peter still hasn't read it, so I won't even bother asking.
Fucking hell, guys! I watched The Social Dilemma for you, which was rubbish, by the way. Anyway,
why do you keep bringing up The Social Dilemma every time we talk about Marshall Brain's Mana?
You want credit for something you did do? What?
I do want credit for something I did do.
Peter, you literally whataboutism this argument, and it's not even an argument. You're like, I should have read it, but what about that one thing I did watch? Get out of here. Read the book.
Fair point, Peter. You did watch Social Dilemma. Has nothing to do with this conversation, but good job. At any rate, basically what they lay out is you live in a world where, as you said, John, everything is provided for you.
You're right.
You don't have to own a car because of self-driving vehicles and ride sharing. Exactly. It'll just show up when you need it. Everything is a service. But because of that, whoever controls these things knows everything about you. And so the way they line it up is, once in a while I get annoyed about the fact that I have no real privacy. Nowhere can I go and not be registered. I know that somewhere everything I do, think, and dream is recorded. I just hope that nobody will use it against me.
That's the line.
That is the line, but a solution for this would be a self-governing system that is not viewed by humans or authority, right? A self-governing system that says that guy just killed someone. We're watching everything because we have cameras everywhere and we have trackers on all the pods that take you everywhere. So we know that guy fucking killed someone. So now we're going to contact authorities. This is a system.
John literally does just want to be plugged into the Matrix.
Just plug me in. I am okay. I will give up everything that I stand for to live that good life. Because again, like if you don't have to worry, why worry? Like it's a total shift in humanity's weird.
Doesn't that depend on the mentality. Infallibility of a system?
Yes.
No,
for sure.
I think I don't. Yes, I don't think there is any infallible system. I think that it's down to real sentient machines. That's where I think the line's going to be. Sentient machines that we can give birth to.
We're going to be their pets.
No. I think they're going to be our friends.
No, you don't understand.
Be friends.
They will do things for us, but like they're better than us. They're busy figuring out, the singularity while we're like taking a shit and watching reruns of Friends and going to a bar that again it self-serves you for free. Like this type of utopia could exist, but we are so far away from something like that, and the arguments used against it feel valid, but they're not valid. Their arguments are against the old way.
You want to be a pet?
No, I don't want to be a pet, but that's how we will be viewed by these sentient gods, because that's what
I don't know. Yeah, with affection, and they'll buy us nice.
They won't buy us anything because there won't be money. That's what I'm saying.
Whatever.
Like
they will obtain for us. They will make for us.
We're gonna have to shed basically as who we are as humans. Like that is
put
something
food
not a lot
into
of people
our
are willing.
Cage homes and toys and stuff for us to.
The cage home will be the entire Earth. Let's say
exactly. And you will have your sleeping bubble. It's your quarter.
And
we'll
get
you
treats.
and all the other numbers. I mean, people
I'd sign up for that. Yeah. If I could be as happy as a dog is when the dog gets what it wants, just run around and sniff butts all day.
What else do you need?
Doesn't sound too bad.
What else do you need? Oh, you don't like it? Okay, well, there's a place over there. It's an island. Go live on your own. It's totally fine.
The one thing is, we would be essentially their creators. So they might owe us something for that. I don't know. It depends on their morality.
But that's what they owe us. Literally. They go figure out interdimensional travel, and we sit here and enjoy this ice cream that was virtual.
People like pets for different reasons, right? They like pets because dogs give you unconditional love, and guinea pigs because they're cute. So I don't know. I guess you're out on either way, John.
So
nobody's gonna.
I'll be a fucking lizard.
There you go.
We had a conversation, Peter. I think very early on in this show, about what topics we want to discuss. And this goes very much to where I was focused initially. So we will be launching our sister show, the Not So Dystopian Future podcast.
Wait, the Not So Dystopia. That's so great. I love it. First world dystopias are actually utopias, you guys. We just can't see it.
We're not so critical future.
Yeah.
not so possible.
Wait, the Not So Critical Future is pretty good, actually.
So keep an eye out. Coming soon.